Hi guys, how are you doing? So I know that this is supposed to be an e-card because I promised you an e-card yesterday, but you are going to have to wait until tomorrow for the e-card, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, because Michael hurt himself so badly, no one could find the e-cards on his computer. But they've been located now and it'll be ready to upload in the morning tomorrow. So in the meantime, I thought I would make a short vlog about my favorite plays. Anna, Snotty Potty, and a couple of other of you have asked me which my favorite plays are, and I thought I could do another little reading vlog about some favorite plays. So yay, let's get started. Want to? And please tell me any of your favorite plays. I'm sure that I'm forgetting some of mine and it's going to be really sad when you suggest the one that's probably my favorite because this is so last minute, but I thought I would start with the obvious. I'm just going to suggest the complete works of Shakespeare because how can you pick? How can you pick between his plays? I have to admit that right now my favorite Shakespearean play is probably Hamlet. But it might have something to do with the fact that that was the favorite production I ever acted in. I played Ophelia, and I loved playing that part. It was very moving and a deep experience for me. I had an amazing Hamlet. Jonathan Bryn Lear was my Hamlet. He's an amazing actor, and that was really fun. So yes, that would be my favorite Shakes right now, Billy Shakes. But the book that I want to recommend to any of you is Shakespeare in Performance. If you're about to perform in a Shakespearean play, I find that this is a really good, helpful guide. It tells you how people over the course of time have played the characters in Shakespeare and the take that they took on the characters and the world that the director chose for them to act within. It's super interesting and filled with amazing clues, tidbits, and hints for your own performances. So I would recommend this if you're about to perform in a Shakespeare production, or if you're just interested in some Shakespearean things. All of the plays, here I'll show you how it looks. It's like this. So here's As You Like It. Here's one performance. Here are a bunch of people performing in As You Like It. Here are some other performances with totally different stage direction, obviously. Here's one that's set in the ghetto. It's a girl. It's a pretty good masculine Rosalind, I would say. And some other performances. See how and then they tell you in the writing how everyone played their parts. I think it's really cool and a great way of doing research if you're about to do a play. My other super favorite author is another John Patrick Shanley is probably my favorite contemporary American playwright. He's amazing. His play Doubt won the Pulitzer, but my favorite play of his is Danny in the Deep Blue Sea. Can you see? Can you see? Danny in the Deep Blue Sea. I also love Savage in Limbo, but Danny in the Deep Blue Sea has a very special place in my heart. I got to play Roberta only in a class environment, but it was incredible and just unforgettable. John Patrick Shanley's plays are filled with life and blood characters who are fighting really hard to get what they want, and they go on long operatic monologues that are filled with angst. The characters are amazing. The way he writes women is incredible. So much to do, so much to play with. I highly recommend reading any of his plays, but especially those two. I highly recommend, yes. The next one that I want to recommend is a Canadian play by Anne-Marie MacDonald called Goodnight Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet. I'm suggesting this one because it's an amazing play, and I like things that are derivative of Shakespeare, obviously. But when I saw that play, I think I might have been 13. It was at the Nightwood Theatre in Toronto, and it was the first time I really knew I was an actor. It was so hard for me to be sitting watching that play. I wanted so much to jump up and be part of the whole proceedings. I knew when I left that play that this is what I wanted to do with my life. So I have a really big soft spot for this play. I'm going to read part of the introduction by Benuta Rubis, who directed the first production, so that you can get her take on Anne-Marie MacDonald's writing. I just love the way she phrases this. For myself, the greatest pleasure of the piece is its scope, in terms of content, in terms of theatricality, and ultimately in terms of the place it gives women. The women of Goodnight Desdemona are always active, always pushing the piece forward, threatening, seductive, giving up, rallying, stabbing, kissing, embracing, thinking. Their astounding variety seems logical considering the woman who created them. After all, Anne Marie MacDonald is herself a feminist, a raconteur, an adventurer, an actor, and a scholar with a Sargasso Sea of a mind. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so I highly recommend this, obviously. Maybe it'll make you want to be an actor too. My next one that I'm going to recommend is Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. Tom Stoppard is my favorite living British playwright. He is so witty, so playful and saucy. I love his writing. He co-wrote the screenplay for Shakespeare in Love, if that gives you a sense of his playfulness and romance. Arcadia is, I believe, one of his masterpieces. He has many. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is one. I actually got to play Guildenstern, which is pretty cool. Not many women get to play that part, but I did. I've actually been in a lot of Tom Stoppard plays. He's a big fave, but I've never been in this one, and this is the one I want to be in next. It goes from the present tense to long times ago's, which I'm sure, as you noticed from yesterday, is a favorite theme of mine. I like being grounded in the present because that's where I am, but part of me is also always in the romance of the past, the language of the past, the worlds of the past. So anything that touches on that and makes it all part of the same thing, I love. I love that. That play is amazing. I recommend anyone going to see it if it's in your town, and definitely reading it if you want to read a good play. And I'm going to finish off my list. This is a very short list, not like yesterday, because I didn't know I was going to have to be making a video, and so I have to get through this really fast. No, I don't really. I want to know how you guys are doing, too. It's not just like I'm spewing these out for no reason. Right? Right? Anyway. Now that I'm having existential angst, this seems like the proper time to say that I also like Chekhov. I think my favorite Chekhov play is sort of a tie between The Seagull and Three Sisters, but they're all amazing. The thing that people don't understand frequently about Chekhov is they're like, oh, he's Russian, it's going to be so dense and heavy and depressing. No! Chekhov is hilarious. Not everyone plays it hilarious, but that just means they're not reading the text correctly, in my opinion. But these plays are so funny, filled with pathos and romance and intrigue. I just can't recommend any of these plays highly enough. I recommend getting the major plays, or just reading The Seagull or Three Sisters. The Three Sisters. Those are my play recommendations for today, and this is my eye patch for today, too. And I'm crazy, so yeah. I loved all of your book recommendations yesterday. That was really fun, sharing book ideas with you guys. So I would love to hear your favorite plays too, and not just the plays that you love, but the experience that you had when you went and saw them, or the experience that you had when you were reading them. Either way, I would love to hear about it. This has been fun this week. We've really been talking back and forth a lot, which I really like. It's fun. We're getting to know each other better. So I'm going to go. Yes, it's true. I'm going to give you fist kisses first, because that's what we do over here. And butterfly kisses, and Eskimo kisses, and elephant kisses. And now I guess I'm going to go. Give me your Rex. And I am thinking of you and sending you fond thoughts. Fond thoughts look like this.